Want to say this is a very, very big deal. Those of you who have been to this conference from the very beginning know that. In 2012, the president of my union, Ed Hill, was the first to address the conference. He was followed by the presidents of the ironworkers, painters and allied crafts, bricklayers and allied crafts, and laborers. We've also had the Secretary-Treasurer of North America's Building Trades Union, NABTU, and formerly known as the BCTD, address our group. But we get to hear from them, but more important, they get to see the power, the solidarity, and the enthusiasm among their female members. And there's a lot in this room. I'm now going to turn it over to some Chicago area tradeswomen to introduce their international presidents, and our esteemed chair, Patty Devlin, will moderate the roundtable. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Upon immigrating from Ireland, President James Boland got his start in the International Union of Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers in 1977. Here in this very city, Chicago. Like many of us in this room, he moved from his home country to the U.S. in the search of a better life and the opportunity to support himself and eventually start a family. And like many immigrants, he started out working with his family, who were mason contractors on the south side of Chicago, where he was a member of Local 21. In search of more opportunity, he moved to California, where he spent the next decade working on commercial projects in the San Francisco Bay Area in brick, block, stone, and marble. He became business agent in 1988 and then president in 1992 of BAC Local 3, California. Short year later, he was appointed to serve as a member of the International Union's highest advisory body, the BAC Executive Council. President James Boland, a member of the IU Executive Board since 1995, became president of the International in February of 2010 and was elected to a 5-year term in September 2010. And re-elected to another 5-year term in 2015 with our Secretary-Treasurer, Henry Kramer, who is also here with us today. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Kramer. Last year, President Boland attended this very conference for the first time and was deeply affected by what he experienced there. After the conference, he was committed to leading change at our international, and a few months later at our IU's convention. He started to do just that by beginning our convention by talking about the need for creating more inclusive and dynamic memberships. This man not only talks the talk, he walks the walk. He finished the convention by coming full circle and appointing 3 women, including myself, to the Executive Council. I want to give a big Chicago shout out to my sisters on the council, Ruby Nieves and Angela Henderson. There's Ruby. President Boland's commitment to equality goes beyond gender justice, and he serves on the AFL-CIO's Race and Economic Justice Commission. He is a lifelong advocate for immigrant rights. President Boland goes beyond the straight and narrow. He thinks outside the box. This, to me, makes a great leader. I could not be more proud to introduce my president, Jim Boland. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Wanda from Local 2 Chicago. I'm here to introduce a proud member of IUEC Local 2 Chicago and the IUEC president. But before I do, I want to give you a little background on this man. Frank rose through the ranks of Local 2, first as a helper, then as a mechanic, then serving as our local as the vice president, then the president, and then he was elected as business manager. He held this position for over 11 years. Frank's vision and leadership has helped move Local 2 to new heights, and his dream was achieved in early 2010 when Local 2 opened their own union hall and a state-of-the-arts training center. In a few short years after Frank became A few short years after that, Frank became our general president. It's now my great pleasure and honor to introduce to you my general president and friend, Frank Christensen.
Hello. I'm Vicki O'Leary, and I'm an iron worker out of Local 1 in Chicago. I'm also now a district representative in safety and diversity for the Ironworkers International. Eric Dean was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. His career as an ironworker began in December 1980 when he joined the apprenticeship program as a fourth-generation Local Union 63 ironworker. He completed his apprenticeship program in 1984 and went on to become a journeyman, foreman, and an apprenticeship instructor. Eric became a local union officer in 1989 and held various offices within the local. In January 2016, Eric approached me with a vision of inclusion. When you look up the definition of inclusion in the dictionary, it states that it is the action or state of including or being included within a group or structure. Inclusion is about valuing all individuals, giving equal access and opportunity to all, and removing discrimination and all other barriers to involvement. Mr. Dean's vision, or dream, just as did Martin Luther King, a dream of inclusion, full inclusion, where the answer to who do we include becomes all means all. It is with great pride that I introduce you to the Ironworkers General President, the man who also believes all means all, Eric Dean.